Es ist mir eine ganz besondere Freude, dass wir heute diesen Preis Charlie Hebdo verleihen können. Wir alle erinnern uns an den terroristischen Anschlag, der im Januar diesen Jahres stattgefunden hat. Und diese Ereignisse selbst geraten ja fast schon in Vergessenheit angesichts der Flüchtlingsströme, die wir in den Medien betrachten müssen und die uns alle erschüttern. Aber uns ist es wichtig, meine Damen und Herren, dass wir diesen Anschlag von damals eben auch als einen Anschlag auf einen Grundpfeiler der Demokratie betrachten, nämlich der Meinungsfreiheit, der Meinungsvielfalt. Wir sind der Überzeugung vom Beirat, dass das ein Grundpfeiler der Demokratie ist und insoweit war der Anschlag eben nicht nur in Anführungszeichen ein terroristischer Anschlag, sondern er war auch ein symbolischer Anschlag auf die Grundprinzipien der Demokratie. Und wir wollen mit dieser Preisverleihung, die wir heute vornehmen, gewissermaßen auch ein Symbol, eine symbolische Handlung vornehmen und deutlich machen, dass Demokratie und Meinungsfreiheit ein ganz wichtiges Unterpfand sind. Und von daher, glaube ich, ist es auch wichtig, dass wir daran erinnern, dass es das zu verteidigen gilt und dass das ein ganz hoher Wert ist. Das wollen wir heute zum Ausdruck bringen. Ich freue mich sehr, dass Ferdinand von Schirach nachher auch noch mal die Laudatio vornehmen wird. Und ich freue mich sehr, dass Gérard Biard jetzt auch noch ein paar Worte sagen wird und dann auch für Fragen zur Verfügung stehen wird, so wie ich selbst auch. Vielen Dank.
Herzlichen Dank, Monsieur Biard.
Okay, I'll do it. Sorry, speak only English and a little bit French, but I think you better understand English. So I would like to thank the city of Potsdam and the organization and of the Sanssouci Prize for honoring us this year, honoring Charlie Hebdo. For us, it's important not only because it's a prize for freedom of speech and freedom of conscience and freedom of expression, but the fact, for us, what the more important thing is that it's given by the whole press. The whole medias of one country. It is not just a club or an organization, but the whole media profession. Who, even if I think everyone is not agree with what we print and what we draw in Charlie, but the principle of this prize, which is freedom of speech and freedom of expression and freedom of conscience, you all believe in that, and that's a great recomfort for us.
So, herzlichen Dank. Gibt es Ihrerseits Fragen? Sie haben jetzt die Möglichkeit, wir fangen einfach mal hier vorne an.
Darf ich die Frage auf Französisch stellen?
Ja, gut, selbstverständlich. Wenn sie nicht an den Oberbürgermeister gerichtet ist, sondern an Herrn Biard.
Oui, bonjour Monsieur Biard. Vous vous souvenez de moi, peut-être on s'est parlé en mai.
Oui.
Charlie Walter du projet Je reste Charlie. J'aimerais vous poser la question, si je la retrouve dans mes... Voilà. J'ai assisté à la première de la pièce de théâtre de Wolinski à Paris, au théâtre des Jazés, où il y avait une grande part de la rédaction. Et j'avais l'impression que les mesures de sécurité étaient un peu... il y avait un peu moins de sécurité qu'ici. Donc ici, on a vu, il y a des snipers, il y a des tanks, donc c'est gigantesque. En fait, j'ai jamais vu ça personnellement. Comment est l'attention l'attitude des... Est-ce que ça reflète les mesures de sécurité à Paris? Est-ce que ça reflète une attention des médias et du public français qui a diminué en France?
Non, je pense pas. Enfin oui, l'attention des médias a forcément diminué, heureusement, parce que à la longue, ça devient pesant pour nous. Nous ne sommes pas des personnages médiatiques. Aucun d'entre nous n'avons choisi d'être acteur ou d'être dans le show business, d'être sous le feu des caméras. Concernant les mesures de sécurité que vous n'avez pas vues au théâtre des Jazets, ça veut dire que si vous ne les avez pas vues, c'est qu'elles sont efficaces. Parce que je peux vous assurer qu'elles y étaient.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Biard. Je suis Lisa Steger de Antenne Brandenburg, c'est la radio régionale ici à Potsdam. Il y a dans le nouvel Charlie Hebdo deux caricatures qui ont provoqué de la critique. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez de les deux dessins?
Okay, I will answer in English, so everyone can answer. But yes, it's easy to translate. It's about the new controversy we have to face with the cartoons about the tragedy and the death of Eliane. This little child. So, first of all, we have a problem of understanding images. Of course, these cartoons do not mark the death of a child. There are both satirical cartoons, and satire must provoke shock. If it doesn't provoke shock, it's not a good cartoon, because satire points out the facts, the reality, and the meaning of facts, of events, and what's behind some personalities. These two cartoons are about a situation. The situation of thousands and thousands of people, many of them who are dying, just like this tiny little child. And these people are seeking in Europe a shelter, are coming to Europe to seek a shelter. And for most of them, the first thing they will find, because is mostly often the only thing that we can offer them is consumption. It's an opinion. It's our opinion. It's the opinion of the cartoonist who made this cartoon. You may disagree with this opinion, but I would like to point out the fact that this controversy is born and is going on the so-called social networks. And if you read these messages, many of them are referring to to January 7, and appealing to finish the job. So they're appealing to murder. The problem is many medias considers these messages as opinions among others' opinions. They are not. To appeal murder is not an opinion, is a crime. So you can disagree with a cartoon, of course, because, and when, most of all, when this cartoon is a satirical cartoon, it's normal to disagree with it. All cartoons of Charlie Hebdo, you can disagree with every word printed in Charlie Hebdo, with every cartoon printed in Charlie Hebdo, but you are not allowed to appeal murder. You cannot appeal to kill us for that. There's a difference between disagree with something or someone and to want him dead. I disagree with many people, but I don't want them dead. So that's for us the main problem of this controversy. First of all, a misunderstanding, and the second point, this confusion between opinions and appeal to murder.
Gibt es weitere Fragen?
Yes, one more question. Speaking generally, if you don't not talk about Charlie Hebdo in special, but about society in general, how dangerous do you think is Islamism today in Europe?
The problem of Islamism is that you have a huge confusion about it. It's usually looked as something regarding religion. It is, of course, but it's more politics than religion. We, for example, at Charlie Hebdo, we are often being accused to criticize Islam. We do not criticize Islam. We do not aim Islam, and certainly not Muslims. But we attack and we criticize, because we have right to do that. We criticize Islamism, which is a political ideology. And that's, for me, it's a more important thing to say and to repeat and repeat again. We're not facing people who have beliefs. We're facing people who want to impose ideas and an ideology. And we must remember that the first victims all around the world of Islamism are Muslims.
Erstmal Sie da vorne. Un moment.
Yacine Le Forestier de l'agence France Presse. Je vais d'abord poser la question en allemand pour que tout le monde comprenne, puis après je la poserai en français. Also auf Deutsch zunächst. Charlie Hebdo hat nach dem Anschlag im Januar viele Spenden, viele finanzielle Unterstützungen bekommen. Wie ist der Zustand heute der Zeitung? Es gab auch sehr viele Zerwürfnisse innerhalb der Redaktion über, wie man mit diesem Geld umgehen kann und über die zukünftige Strategie der Zeitung. Da auch hätte ich gern gewusst von Ihnen, wie Sie die heutige Situation der Zeitung einschätzen würden. Alors en français, donc Charlie Hebdo a pu bénéficier après les attentats d'un certain nombre de dons du public ou de soutiens financiers. Ces soutiens financiers ayant entre autres aussi provoqué un certain nombre de dissensions au sein de la rédaction sur la meilleure stratégie à adopter avec ça et sur le développement ou l'orientation du journal. Quel est aujourd'hui, numéro 1, l'état financier du journal? Comment le qualifieriez-vous? Et êtes-vous parvenu à recréer une sorte d'unité sur la ligne à suivre au sein de la rédaction pour Charlie Hebdo.
Ok, ça vous va si je réponds en anglais? Okay, regarding the donations, all the money coming from donations goes to victims of the killings. Not only the killing of Charlie Hebdo, but also the killing of the hypercacher and the policemen who were shot, and all the victims of these killings. We will keep to make our newspaper live as long as we hope, which is a very long time. We keep, of course, the money from the subscriptions and the sales, because we are an independent newspaper without advertisement and with no foreign contributors, financially speaking. So we need this money to make our newspaper. About the debate we had in the redaction, in the staff, you must remember that Charlie Hebdo is a very special newspaper. I work for Charlie Hebdo since 23 years, and for 23 years I was in the middle of debate, sometimes very strong debates. We always often have disagreements, but the problem on this particular event, it was that we became sort of a media object. Every word we say, every move we do is under the light of the medias. And it adds to the tension. So it doesn't help. Now that this very close attention of the medias is less important, curiously, we are less debating about that. There is less tension between us. There has always been a unity. You must imagine what it was after this event, after this shooting. You must imagine the shock for many members of the redaction who lived this, who survived, who saw their friends died, who saw the corpses, who walked in the blood. I wasn't here. I can't speak for them. I can't react like them. But I can't imagine that I would be very nervous for some days after. So I think now it's over. I hope it's behind us. But medias also have to help us to put this tension behind us.
Ich denke, wir kommen dann auch zu den letzten Fragen. Erstmal hier vorne.
Vielen Dank. Hello, I'm from Georgia, and I would like to ask you, one of your editors in July announced that Charlie Hebdo no longer will publish Muhammad's cartoons. Does it mean that you quit writing about religion issues, or just for Muhammad? And if just for Muhammad, is it like something self-censorship or?
No. First of all, I have to precise that this interview given by Rhys was mistranslated. Rhys didn't say that we wouldn't draw Mahomet anymore. He said that we can't be the only ones to do it because it's dangerous for us and it's dangerous for everyone, for all the society, because we can be the symbol and the only ones who stand for freedom of expression and freedom of, let's call, blasphemy. So there is no censorship or self-censorship. Today, there's no more today than it was before the January 7. There are some topics, some matters, some kind of cartoons we will never make at Charlie, and cartoons that we never made. For example, we don't made cartoons that we consider as racist. And we consider that racism is to attack people for what they are, not for what they think or what they believe. We do not attack people for what they are, never. But we attack them, we criticize them, people and countries and states and governments, for what they think, for what they believe. That's very different.
Ich glaube, dann die letzte Frage war noch hier vorne.
Well, a bit of a philosophical question there. You stated that good satire must invoke shock. Absolutely in agreement here. I think you would also agree that it's quintessential that a good satirist can laugh about himself, right?
Yes.
So how would you draw yourself? How would you draw Charlie Hebdo if you were to make a cartoon? What would you mock yourself for?
I'll tell you a story. The story of the first cover we made after the January 7. It became famous because it was once again Mahomet. And we knew it was very difficult to make this cover. We knew that it was the one because we laugh. Laugh is the first thing we seeked after the tragedy. Because we think that it's the better medication against tragedy. The best jokes about Holocaust are made by Jewish. If you can't laugh from a tragedy, it's worse.
Gut. Ich denke, das wär's dann. Vielen, vielen Dank. Ich glaube, wir gehen dann alle wieder raus und gehen dann zum feierlichen Teil des Abends über. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit und vielen Dank hier vorne.